Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm doing something a little bit different today. I actually went out and bought a boxed cake mix. And especially the basic of the basic, this guy costs $1. I normally never go to this section of the store because I just don't buy these. I'm so used to just buying, flour and sugar and things like that to home bake things. But I understand some people are in a pinch, and some people, whether that is for money or if it's from just time, anything like that, or you don't have your culinary skills in check all the time. I totally understand how that happens. So I actually wanted to show you guys how to take a basic boxed cake and kind of make it taste like it's homemade as best as we can. We all prefer the homemade cakes, cupcakes, cookies, pies, anything like that. But when it comes to cakes, if you're doing it for small children, you want to impress your friends, but don't want it to come off like, oh, I just bought $1 cake mix from the store, I'm about to show you guys how to do that. So the back side of this has 1 cup of water, 3 eggs, and a 1/3 cup of oil. But yeah, I'm going to actually go ahead and show you guys how I did this. I'm going to do a step-by-step with you guys. I'm also going to add in here how to make homemade fondant as well as homemade buttercream. So that way you guys can take any cupcake, any cake that you guys make, bring it to the next level, and it is so simple. Buttercream and fondant are both 3 ingredients each. They are not super hard to make. They're super awesome. Make any cake, cupcake elevated, make it just so much more fancy, so much more bougie of a thing than it really is. I think anybody can do it as long as you guys know what to do properly. So I'm here to show you guys how to do that, and I'm really excited. So if you guys want to see how I make a boxed cake be way better, and as well as some fondant and frosting, just keep watching.
Okay, you guys, we're going to go ahead and start off with some buttercream first so it has enough time to sit before we put it on top of our cake. We're going to add 3 sticks of creamed butter and 1 cup of powdered sugar on top of that. We're going to incorporate it, and then we're going to add 1 tablespoon of milk as well as another cup of powdered sugar on top of that. Then we're going to incorporate that all together. Start off slow or you will be hit in the face with a mountain of powdered sugar and it will suck. After you are done mixing all that together, we're going to add an optional tablespoon of some vanilla extract. You are welcome to add any kind of extract to this if you would like any sort of flavor, any kind of food coloring, anything like that to add some pizzazz to your cupcakes or cakes or whatever you're making frosting for. Okay, moving on to the cake box mix. So it's going to ask you for 1 cup of water, 3 eggs, and a 1/3 cup of vegetable oil. But before we even touch that, we're going to sift through the contents of the box. So if you realize in here, there's actually a ton of chunks, a ton of lumpy, gross chunks. And that's actually what's going to cause all those big air bubbles and make it feel like you're munching on nothing but air, which is nice, but until the airy taste fake, then you know it's from a box mix and it's not great. So huge tip here. Sift through that, and then also add a whole box of instant pudding mix, whether it's vanilla, chocolate, butterscotch, whatever flavor you want to add to it. It adds a good density, it makes it spongy, and it just helps the flavor of your cake overall. As for the eggs, it calls for 3 eggs, but we're going to add 3 eggs as well as an extra yolk. No matter how many eggs it asks for, add an extra yolk. It helps the density and the flavor and richness. As for the oil, leave the oil for whatever the box calls for. It's totally fine. And then for the water, do not add water, add milk. Add a high fat content milk. Add half and half. You're going to add whole milk, anything like that, as well as a teaspoon of vanilla, and mix that through together. I decided to do a little bit of pizzazz with this cupcake, and I decided to add some strawberries to it. So once it's all mixed up, I just crushed 3 whole strawberries and mixed it in there. I folded it in there for just a nice fresh twist on these cakes. It almost makes it taste like a strawberry shortcake, and I was very pleased with them. So I preheated my oven to 325 degrees, and I lined a cupcake pan with some liners. I'm going to go ahead and take an ice cream scoop so that I can put this batter in there, and it'll help for it to be evenly distributed and evenly bake in my oven. So it's just a fantastic way to get everything evenly baked, and it's great. So once these are all filled, we're going to put them in our ovens that are at 325, and we are going to bake these for about 13 to 15 minutes, or until the tops are golden brown and it comes out clean with a toothpick. Okay, while we wait for those to bake, we're actually going to go ahead and chop up some strawberries. We're just going to take the tops of these off because these are going to be our filling for our surprise strawberry cupcakes. They're going to be super, super good, super fresh, and I'm really excited about them. And trust me when I tell you, I ate 3 of them the first day I made them. I ate 3 because they were just so light and fluffy and great and fresh tasting that it was awesome. So while we're chopping the top of these off, I'm going to go over the fondant idea with you guys. So fondant is also known as sugar paste, or that super bitter tacky stuff that's on wedding cakes that nobody really likes to eat. I'm going to show you guys a recipe after we do these strawberries that I make it with marshmallows, so it tastes like marshmallows and not like bitter tacky grossness. So we're going to set these strawberries aside, and we're going to get a whole bag of marshmallows in a bowl. Now we're going to take a whole bag minus this one because I'm not going to lie, I ate it. We're going to put a tablespoon of water on top of that, mix it around, and put it in the microwave for about 10 to 15 seconds until we get this sticky, messy, goopy stuff. I'm not going to lie to you guys, it's going to be sticky, 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 sticky. So if you guys are going to use your hands, please be warned, it is so sticky. We're going to add 2 cups of powdered sugar to this and mix it around. And honestly, you guys are just going to keep adding powdered sugar and feel like it is a never-ending battle. So essentially, you're going to get 1 bag of marshmallows and 1 bag of powdered sugar. You're going to keep mixing this around until it is about a Play-Doh consistency. And once you guys get that Play-Doh consistency, you guys are going to be able to add any dye to it. You guys can add any sort of food coloring, things like that. And you guys can get all sorts of different colors from it, rainbows, and you guys are able to mold this into anything you guys want, add cupcake toppings, anything like that. So once our cupcakes are all done and cooled off, we're going to take a backside of a frosting tip. We're going to punch some holes in there and punch down all that extra batter in there. And these are going to be our little pockets for our surprise filling. Now at this point, you guys can add anything like any candy bits, fudge, caramels. You can add, oh my gosh, anything from sprinkles. But we're going to go ahead and add in those strawberries so that way it is a nice fresh fruit cake. So after that, I went ahead and I put in my frosting to a piping bag with a star tip for the frosting tip. And I like this one a lot because it makes it feel more frilly. It makes it kind of come out a lot nicer. Make sure you twist the top of your frosting bag and have enough pressure in there so that when you can pull it out and it'll just lightly squeeze and it should come out. Just go ahead and go in a circular motion around. You guys can have a nice frosting tip on there. And then your cupcakes are finished. If you guys want to have a harder frosting top, put them in the fridge overnight. Other than that, they are just delicious, and enjoy. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. Please feel free to subscribe, hit a like button, and we'll see you guys in my next video.